Sorry, guys. Again, we said and it means you link between similar ideas or choice, but contrasting ideas, one positive and one negative. One negative in meaning, not only just not. Yani I mean here she's hardworking, but her brother is so lazy. The meaning is contrast. Or one of them is positive, hardworking is positive, and lazy is negative. Okay. So what about when can I use it in English? When I want to show the result or the effect of something, the result or the effect, how can I say this in English? For example, he was very hungry. What was the result? What's the effect of being hungry? He ate all the cake. So he ate all the cake. So here, so it made what? What comes after so? Here, he ate all the cake. That's the result of being hungry or the effect. Okay? طيب let's see more examples. Okay, um, here it is. I think there was homework in this part. Yes, let's try to see if you understood this part or not first before going on.
دكتور صباح الخير، لو حضرتك سامعاني احنا مش سامعينك خالص.
Yeah, I can hear you, but there is so just a minute. We are trying to solve it. Okay, guys. Um, let's go back to what we said before, coordinate conjunction. We are going to practice this exercise to make sure that you understood this part, okay? So the bus stopped, the man got off. I'm gonna say and or but or and. So the answer is number 8. Yes, because here you give an extra information to the person that the bus stopped and the man got off. Number 2, we stayed at home, ate there. Okay, yeah, that's the correct answer as well. I wanted to buy a newspaper, didn't have enough money. What do you think? But why? Because I have here contraction or contrast in meaning or positive and negative. Okay. Number 4, he's so nice, he doesn't have enough money. Okay, but yes, that's right. Do you want tea, coffee? Or I give you a choice, you can drink this or this. Number 6, is the Empire State Building in New York, London? Or, yeah, that's correct. Is it a new house, an old house? Or, as well, I enjoy visiting many different countries. I wouldn't want to live overseas. Okay, but contrast in meaning as well, or positive and negative. We can go by bus, we can walk. Or you give me a choice. In this case, I can't remember his face, I know his face from somewhere. Okay, so you can say, but I know his face from somewhere. Negative and positive or contrasting ideas. So that's it. Do you understand now how to use the coordinate conjunction? Is it okay? Now let's move on to the second type. The second type consisting of so many different types of conjunctions or words of conjunction, I mean. What's the difference between the first type and the second type? Here in the second type, it always show a relation between the first part and the second part, or the first sentence and the second sentence. Some of them are related to time, like when, whenever, before, after. Some related to place, other to reason, to manner or behavior, to purpose, to result, as a contrast, comparison, and condition. How can I use them and what's the difference between them? Let's see how. These are just another picture to show them. Yeah. I take a shower before I go to work. If I asked you guys, when do you go to work? Before. Sorry, when do you take a shower? Before I go to work. So what's the relation between the first sentence and the second sentence? Time. يبقى ايه العلاقة between these two parts? Time. It's related to time. I took a nap after I had lunch. When did you take a nap? After I had lunch. What's the relation? Again, what's the relation between the first sentence and the second sentence? Time as well. I'll call you when my mother arrives. When will you call me? My mother arrives. So here, what's the relation? Timing. We waited until he finished his homework. Till when did you wait? Until he finished his homework. As soon as the lesson ends, I'll go home. When? When will you go home? As soon as the lesson ends. As soon as in this case بتترجم بمجرد أن. Okay, because the meaning is different later. You need it. A thief stole your car while I was waiting for the bus. When did the thief steal your car? While I was waiting for the bus. As he came into the room, all rose to their foot. When did all of them rose to their foot? Rise to their foot when sorry, as he came into the room. As here means like when. نفس معنى عندما يعني. As the meaning is different according to the sentence. المعنى بتاع as is going to be different according to the relation. على حسب relation between the two sentences. So always remember if the relationship between the first and the second related to time or until or as soon as related to place like
دكتور،
what he
هو
lived in a
الصوت
place
عندنا
where yes.
بيروح فجأة ويقعد شوية بعد كده بيرجع.
Mm. I don't know, there is a problem in connection here. في problem في connection in the university. I don't know what shall I do. Okay, I think it will be recorded. So if you missed any, you can listen to the recording. This is what I can help in. Okay, related to place. He hid in a place where the police couldn't find him. Where did he hide? In a place where the police couldn't find him. So here, what's the relation between both of them? It's related to place. Put the sign. Sign, it means العلامة. Where the students can read it. Where can I put the sign? Where the students can read it. يبقى in a place. Whenever she goes, she brings her camera. Whatever, sorry. So where does she bring her camera? Wherever she goes. It means the place that she goes to, she brings her camera with her. Okay? So what's the relation? Related to place. Related to reason like what? Because he loved to fish, he bought a new boat. Why? Why did he buy a new boat? Because he loved to fish. So what's the relation between the first and second? Reason. That's the reason or the cause. Since you have apologized, you will not be punished. Why? Why you want to be punished? Since you have apologized. Since here means what? Because. The same meaning. And since here don't forget it means one. طب هعرف ازاي افرق ما بينهم according يعني if I remove the since here لو انا شلت كلمة since here I can replace because يبقى معناها هنا reason. Since here if I removed it when يبقى معناها timing يعني according للحاجة اللي انت تقدر replace it with. As he wasn't there I left a message with her mother. Why did you leave the message with her mother? As she wasn't there. The reason why did you leave the message? As she wasn't there. Because برضه ممكن اشيل as واحط بدلها because. Since it's your birthday, you can sit in the front. Why you can sit in the front? Since it's your birthday. Because it's your birthday. برضه اقدر اشيل since واحط بدلها because.
Dr. Dalia,
Yes.
please can you or Mr. Tamer accept Ranim to enter the meeting? She's on waiting now.
Okay. Related to manner. What about related to manner? Manner or behavior اللي هو السلوك. Okay, she is acting as if she has stolen something. She is acting يعني she is behaving as if she has stolen something. So if I asked you how is she acting? Her act is like what? As if she has stolen something. As if here means In Arabic, if you are gonna translate, كما لو أنها. Stolen something أو has stolen something. سرقت حاجة. Frank ran the race as though his life depended on it. How? How did he run the race? As though his life depended on it. As though is the same like as if. يعني as though دي نفس المعنى as if. We mixed the chemicals exactly as the lab instructor had told us. How? How did you mix the chemicals? As the lab instructor had told us. يبقى you are talking about the means أو the manner أو the behavior طريقة أو سلوك of something. Okay, so it means related to manner. Let's see the second one. Related to purpose. Purpose it means goal. في goal أو في aim، في غرض من الحاجة دي. يعني for example, Joe took a week off work so that his wife could take a training course. What was the goal of Joe when he took a week off? إيه كان الجول بتاعه أو البيربس بتاعه؟ So that his wife could take a training course. In order to have his shape fit, he works out at the gym. Why? Why does he work out at the gym? In order to have his shape fit. يبقى that's the purpose. ده الغرض من working out at the gym, going to the gym, in order to have his shape fit. In order to من الwords اللي تعتبر exception للrules دي. يعني if you notice لو أخدتوا بالكم all the conjunctions or all the conjunction words followed by subject to verb يجي بعديها subject to verb عادي. يعني for example Joe took a week off work so that his wife the subject could take the verb. In order to بيجي بعديها followed by a verb، ما يجيش بعديها complete sentence، لا followed by verb in the infinitive. يعني I mean by this. Let's go back. بصوا كده because he loved to fish he subject loved the verb. Since you have apologized you subject have verb. Where the police couldn't find him the police subject couldn't find the verb. Before I go to work I subject to go followed by verb. فموst of the conjunctions معظم ال conjunctions before it بيبقى sentence وبعديها بيبقى sentence، بس in order to بتبقى followed by verb. دي من الحاجات اللي بتخرج عن الرول بتاعتها او irregular عن الرول بتاعت ال conjunction. اوكي طيب related to result ليها علاقة بالresult. what does it mean? Let's see. The famine was so severe that thousands perished. Famine it means when people can't find food. لما يبقى في country ما فيهاش food الناس بيحصل لها ايه؟ What happens to the people living in this country? Like Africa زي في أفريقيا كده بيحصل لهم ايه when there is no food؟ بيحصل لهم famine. طيب the famine was so severe يعني كانت was so strong كانت strong جدا that thousand perished. طب after that بقى هيجي result. thousand perished يعني thousand died انتهوا ماتوا. so that ما تنسوش بقى الرول بتاعت so that ايه in the middle between so that في النص between so that there is there is an adjective يعني so severe that أو adverb. so bravely that they fought so bravely that the enemy fled. Enemy like Israel is our enemy. The enemy fled يعني run away هربوا يعني. So they fought so bravely. What's the result of fighting bravely? The enemy fled. He is such a good man that all respect him. Between such و that بيجي noun. He is such a good man. What's the result of being a good man? All people respect him. The result. يبقى again what's the difference between so that و such that? So that in the middle between so و that بيجي adjective أو adverb. Such that between such و that بيجي noun. Okay. Contrast. Although ايه difference بقى between although و though و even though despite كلهم بنترجمهم in Arabic على الرغم من ذلك. In Arabic كلهم بيترجموا the same. بس في الإنجليش في difference between them. تعالوا نشوف what's the difference. Although I'm very rich I couldn't afford to buy a BM. ده فيها contrast لأن أنت المفروض لو rich تقدر تشتري أي حاجة. So I couldn't فيها بقى contrast في المينين تضاد في المينين. Though he started early he finished late. هو الطبيعي if you started early something you are gonna finish early. This is logical. لا though he started early he finished late، يبقى ده في contrast في المينينج. The house isn't very nice، لما يكون الهاوس very nice مع isn't very nice معناها you didn't like it، انت ما عجبكش. The house isn't very nice. I like the garden though. بس انا I like the garden. طب في الاكزام بقى انت عندك although though تستخدم مين؟ if it's at the end لو I like the garden ومديك سبيس لازم تستخدم though عشان although اصلا ما بتجيش at the end. though بس اللي بتيجي at the end of the sentence. ده ال difference between them. البوزيشن بتاعهم، الاختلاف في البوزيشن. I like traveling by plane whereas my husband doesn't. Contrast في المينينج. Even though some people love eating at home, I prefer eating out. Contrast في المينينج. Despite the advantages of living in the country, I prefer living in the city. Despite بتختلف عن although و though even though في ايه؟ despite the advantages مفيش sentence بعديها، يعني although I am subject to verb, though he started subject to verb, whereas my husband doesn't subject to verb, even though some people love subject to verb. الوحيدة اللي مفيش there is no subject to verb despite. يبقى أول في الإكزام هتلاقي فيه noun، يبقى تفهم إن أنت لازم تستخدم despite من غير ما تفكر أصلا. يبقى despite the advantages of living in the country I prefer living in the city. حالا هنعمل practice على الكلام ده طبعا. related to condition أنا I'm not gonna repeat الcondition، مش هراجع بقى على الcondition. it's easy ده if conditional اللي هي بقى zero conditional present simple present simple facts plus verb infinitive والlast condition plus the BP او البيرفكت past perfect والناحيه الثانيه would have زائد البي بي. ده same، هما نفس الكونديشنز اللي احنا اخدناهم، مفيش اي difference. امال ايه unless دي؟ unless بتساوي is equal to if not. if not unless you run fast if not you didn't run fast you will miss the train. ف it's equal to if not بس كده. طيب related to comparison احنا اخدنا ده في الكومباريزن لما جينا اخدنا الكومباراتيف فورم. فاكرين الكومباراتيف اللي هو الاي ار he is taller younger، واتفقنا ان انت ممكن تستخدم لو هم equal كنا بنستخدم ايه؟ as is. so that's it. دي بس اللي هناخدها. I am as intelligent as you are. I compare myself with you. انا بقارن نفسي معاك. وبتوين as بيبقى الايه؟ الادجective with no endings ما بنضيفش عليها اي حاجه خالص. You are not as clever as you think you are برضه الادجective in the middle. She is not stupid as her brother. She is as beautiful as she is intelligent. بقارن بعمل comparison. Okay. طب how can I answer them? Let's try. تعالوا نجرب مع بعض. You shouldn't drive drinking alcohol. So I'm gonna choose what?
after
Okay. After drinking alcohol. You shouldn't drive after doing this. So that's the first one. Okay, let's try the second. You will have to pay higher insurance. Insurance اللي هو money that you put if there is an accident for the car they cover it for you. التأمين يعني. Higher insurance you buy sports car.
so that
before you buy يعني you will have to pay higher insurance you buy a sports car يعني احنا عندنا will have والناحية التانية present simple فهستخدم before.
so that
if
if you buy sports car يبقى دي الكونديشن. This is a clause of concession احنا بنقول عليها condition اللي هي الحالة يعني. When can I buy it؟ امتى هدفع الانشورنس؟ لو if you buy the sports car يبقى if. Don't answer quickly guys يعني ما تجاوبوش بسرعة. Think and then answer. Okay. We keep our bread in the fridge. It doesn't go bad. Think first. ما تجاوبوش بسرعة يعني. It's not important to answer quickly. Okay, so that. Yes, it's purpose. ايه الجول؟ ايه الهدف من ان احنا بنبوت الفود في الفريدج؟ ليه بنحط كلنا الفود في الفريدج؟ So that it can't go bad. ده الجول، ده البيربز اساسا من الفريدج. Right. Take your time. Don't answer quickly. You should give the iron time to heat up. You iron your clothes. Think first. Before, yes, it's time. Hockey players wear lots of protective clothing. Protective clothing اللي هي زي الهلمت and boots. They don't get hurt. Okay? In order that's the purpose. ليه هم بيلبسوا protective clothing? To protect themselves so as not to get hurt. The 5-cent coin looks very Canadian. It has a picture of a beaver on it. If you don't know what's a beaver, it's a type of animal that looks like this. It's famous in Canada. Okay. Yes. This is the beaver, guys. It looks like this. It looks like this. It's very famous in Canada. Yani, for example, if you have a pound, an Egyptian pound, okay, and you saw the pyramids on the coin, you are gonna say this of a beaver or whatever. Do you know what a mammal, guys? Mammal, it means animals, yes, animals that have animals that feed the babies from their breasts. Okay, so
Also,
go, yes. Volkswagen car are cheap. They last a long time. Don't answer quickly. Think first.
also,
Sorry, I didn't hear.
also,
Although, yes, although they are cheap, هو لو حاجة cheap, it means well, it's going to not work for a long time. Although it's cheap, it lasts for a long time and it keep working for a very long time. You may get malaria. You are bitten by a mosquito. Think first. Don't answer quickly.
if, if,
This is the condition. إمتى? When can you get malaria? If you are bitten by a mosquito. Okay, but this is the condition. You need proper shoes to go hiking in the mountains. The ground is rough and hard.
because,
The reason why you need these shoes, because the land is rough and hard. So that's why you need it. Okay, so you understand now, guys, or it's a little bit difficult? I know it's not so easy. It's okay now? It's better? Okay. Now, let's try to answer these questions as well to make sure that you understood all. Yeah. He spoke in a low voice. Few people could hear him. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute to answer number 1 and 2 and 3 if you didn't answer them as homework. So think and try to answer them. You have a minute. Okay, let's try. Number 1. Who would like to try? Yes, go on, Rania. Badriya, sorry.
He spoke in a low voice, so that few people could hear.
So that or what? So, just so. He spoke in a low voice. So what was the result? Few people could hear him. You can say it like this. Beginning, do you remember this? We said the person was people is a plural noun for person. It's not from the same word. Yeah. So hot, so hot what? It was so hot that we didn't go out. Okay. Number 3. Where is the was past simple? So where is the other part? Don't forget, if you are gonna use if, use the rules. You can say should. The men managed to survive. They were 3 days without water. How can I come make it or join it? Okay, you can say though, although, even though. It's up to you. The men managed to survive although they were 3 days without water. You can say it like this. Let's see. Correct the mistakes in these sentences. I'm gonna give you another minute to try to answer what's the mistake in this one. For example, unless I am poor, I am honest. And instead of unless, I'm going to use what? Although I am poor, I am honest. So from
Doctor,
okay, number 2, yes.
You may sit wherever you wish.
Okay, you may sit wherever you wish because it's a place. Yes, or if you wish, we can say it as well. Number 3,
In order to.
okay, he talked carefully in order to appear fair. ايه اللي خلانا نستخدم in order to the verb. There is a verb اللي هو appear. Excellent, thank you. Number 4, yeah, who's gonna read?
You keep making that stupid noise until I asked you to stop 3 times.
Until
I stopped
until it means time, related to time. Is it related to time?
3 times here.
You keep making that stupid noise although I have asked you to stop 3 times.
Or we can say the end do.
Yes. Number 5,
Despite
yes, what did you say, sorry? Excellent. Despite. Why? Because I have the pain noun. عندي كلمة pain دي noun. يبقى مش هفكر غير في despite بس. Despite the pain. Number 6, I am going to paint the walls blue unless, who said unless? Excellent. I am going to paint the walls blue unless you'd rather paint them a different color. If not, you don't want them a different color, I'm gonna paint them the walls. Or the meaning. She is such tall, she is as tall as he is. Until it was hot, I drank some cold water. Okay, it was hot, so I drank some cold water. Yes, or until I'm gonna remove it, replace it with what? أشيل until replace it with what? Because فكروا في easier يعني. If Scott loved the book, he really wants to see the movie. If not, unless it means if not. There is no negative here. Love the book, he really wants to see the movie.
So
Although he loves the book, he really wants to see. Reason why he really wants to see the movie? Because he already loved the book. طيب. Complete the following sentences from 1 to 4. You have a minute.
Yes, number one.
Okay, number 1.
It was a perfect day outside when I went for a walk. So I went for a walk.
So I went for a walk. Yes.
I remember the place.
Yes. Okay. Go on. طب she wants to answer. Let's give her a chance. Yes. Go on. You want to answer number 2 or number 3? Number 2. Go on. I remember the place.
I remember the place when I saw
Amazing sunset. So the place, I'm gonna say what's after the place? Where? The place. Where? Not when. Yes, I remember the place where I saw an amazing sunset. Number 3. I want to go until I get my money back. Yes. The last one. Although she finished the project, she started working on the next.
as soon as
As soon as is more. Okay, we can say when, but as soon as it's going to be nice for meaning. But of course, the rest are gonna be okay. So, guys, you understand now what is meant by conjunctions? It's okay. Okay. The third type of conjunction is not so important, but I'm gonna just give you an idea. It's not so important to know this type, okay? The third type, it consists of two words, both and, neither nor, and so on. Used to join equal sentences, have equal importance. For example, both my brother and my father are lawyers. So both of them, they are of equal importance. How can I use them? Let's see. Michael can both read and write. He can read and write at the same time. They are of equal importance. Not only Mary, but also Gabriel is from Italy. One to make it easy for you. Yes, this one. Let's see. Clara not only wants money, but also fame. This sentence is okay or not? This sentence is wrong. Why? What comes after not only is the same like what comes after, but also. Not only wants, this is verb. Here it's now, mistake. Clara wants not only money, noun, but also fame. Yes, this is correct. Clara not only wants money, but also wants fame. Verb. It's correct. يعني never forget. ما تنسوش الرول بتاعت. What comes after is the same like what comes before. لازم يبقوا الاثنين the same. Noun, verb. ما ينفعش يبقى verb with noun. It's not gonna be correct.
لا عايزة تصير الله بحب
Let's move on to little and few. You studied this, or you want me to the difference between little and few? It's okay for you guys, the difference between little and few?
اعملها لها ايتم، اعملها لاختك.
Little, a little, few, and a few. A little, yes. Number two, a few, yes. Number three, little, yes. Few, because she is a bit sad, so it's not enough for her. Okay. A little, a few, little, a few, yes.
The last a few or a few? A few.
Many people think there should be more few women. Few because they think they should be more.
Yes.
They need more, so few. It means not enough. It's the same. Emails, it's easy. Did you try to write an email or something, guys? Or
Yes,
did you try?
yes, doctor.
Yes, Raghd, would you like to read yours?
Yeah, okay.
Come on, please.
I write semi-formal email.
Semi-formal, okay.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed. I'm writing to you to tell you all dental equipment, all dental material orders were delivered 2 days ago. It's okay. Thanks for the respect of your company. There is more thing I'd like to tell you. I want to have more information about the new sample of composite material which you sent with the order. I'm waiting for your email answer. Regards, Dr. Regat, Smile Clinic.
Thank you, well done, dear. But you said at the beginning, today what? I didn't hear the sentence. Could you repeat the sentence of today? At the
Uh,
beginning.
okay. All dental materials order were delivered 2 days ago.
2 days ago? 2 days ago, you mean?
Today is yes.
Ah, thank you. Well done. Is there any other person who tried to write an email? Yes, go on, Badria.
Here I write a formal.
Okay.
Dear Rania, I hope your day has been going well. Embassy to renew my children's passports. It takes all my time. I just want to email you and ask you if there was any homework in the recorded lecture. If you please could send screen capture as soon as possible, that will be great. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this course with you.
The sign at the end. Thank you. It's not so formal, but it's okay. You said it talks the password. It talks all the time or something like this. This sentence.
It took all my time. It took all my time.
Okay. Thank you. I heard it something else. Thank you. Is there any other person who tried to answer or write an email, guys? Okay. No problem. If you didn't, it's okay. Now let's move on. Okay, we are gonna take now reported speech. Reported speech or direct and indirect. We have the same in Arabic. What is it in Arabic? In Arabic it's المباشر والغير مباشر. What is it and why we use it in English? And is it important? Yes, it's important. How can we use it in English and why? First, for example, in order to tell you why it's important, for example, I had a meeting with Rania. And Rania came to the class. You asked Rania, what did Dalia said? What did Dalia say in the meeting? So Rania is going to tell you about the meeting that she had with me, okay? And what I told her. Now, what Rania tells you is her own words or my words? Yes, is my words, Dalia's words, okay? So Rania is going to do what now? To report or say what I told her. So she is gonna هتعمل copy of what I told her. So it's not her words. Again. Again, in other words, you didn't attend a lecture. You didn't attend a lecture. You were absent. And when you came the next time, you asked Minna, what did you take in the last lecture? Minna is going to tell you what happened and what did the doctor said, right? So what Minna tells you is her own words? No, it's not her words, it's the doctor's words. She's going to report of what happened. She's gonna copy. So this is report speech, to report or write down what someone has said. Copy the person's words exactly without a change. بتنقل what another person said من غير ما تغير في حاجة, without a change. This is the report speech, or this is the indirect. How can I say this in English? Usually we use this more in writing more than speaking. Most of the time, those who study postgraduates, MA, PhD, when they write any essay, they quote from another person. بياخدوا كلمات عالم اتقالت قبل كده او كلمات كاتب اتقالت قبل كده, so it's not their words, فلازم يحطوها between quotations so as not to be stealing. ما ينفعش يبقى like stealing their words. How can I change the sentence into indirect? It's very easy. We have some rules only. I can change the sentence, the declarative or the present or the imperative or the exclamative. I can change all the types of sentences into indirect. We're gonna see now how. But what are the rules? Rules. These are the main rules. If you have the present, you change it into past. If you have past, you change it into past perfect. If you have will or models, you change it like would. The direct بيبقى فيه كلمة said. We change it into or say, we change it into said or asked لو كان question. Pronouns. If I say, for example, now I am Dalia, okay? Okay, I'm gonna tell you, okay. I'll give you an exam next time. Okay, I'll give you an exam next time. Badriya is going to tell you now what I said. Badriya هتقوله ازاي؟ مش هتقول I will give you exam next time لأن معناها بدرية is going to give the exam. هتقول إيه؟ she means me اللي هو داليا. she. طب for example لو كان أحمد هو اللي بيتكلم يبقى هي. عشان كده we change the pronouns. بدل I changes into he or she. طب لو كانت بدل ال I دي my possessive يعني, so it's going to change into what? her or his. طب we is going to change into they. لا they. يعني السبجكت pronoun والpossessive our changes into what? There as well. طب let's try. Let's try how can we do this to make it easy for you to understand more. I'm gonna give you example for sentences first. يعني we are gonna divide it into sentences اللي هي declarative sentence, interrogative الquestions والimperative. تعالوا نبتدي بالdeclarative. For example, she said she eats lunch. This is her own words. If I'm gonna say هي قالت هي كانت بتاكل هقولها ازاي؟ She said و between brackets that دي optional يعني ممكن تحطها وممكن لا. ممكن اقول she said she على طول وممكن اقول she said that she as you like. يبقى she said ادي number one. السنتنس اهي she eats lunch. I'm gonna keep she ما بتتغيرش يبقى she eats present changes into past. The present simple changes into past simple يبقى ال past is ate with the rest of the sentence يبقى she said that she ate lunch. Number two, he is painting now. He is painting now. This is present, okay? عشان is يبقى we are gonna change it into past continuous. يبقى he said that he is هتبقى was عشان past painting. كلمة now changes into then. There are some words في بعض الكلمات they change من الdirect للindirect بتغير لما بحولها للindirect زي ايه بقى الwords دي we have to memorize them. These are the words. دي الكلمات. بدل today تبقى that day. بدل now بتبقى then. بدل yesterday بتبقى the day before. Days ago بتبقى days before. Last week the week before or the previous week. Next year the following year. Tomorrow the next day. Here, there, this, that, these, those. دول لازم يتحفظوا. You have to keep them. You have to memorize them to understand how can we change it. فnow changes into then. عشان كده let's go back. He is painting now. يبقى he will is changes into was in past painting then بدل now. طيب they have had a shower. Have had the أنهي tense present perfect. But I'm gonna change the present into past. يبقى ال present perfect هيتحول ل past perfect. بدل ال have هتبقى had. يبقى they said that they had a shower. طيب كده ال present changed into past. طب لو كان past يبقى هيتحول past perfect. تعالوا نجرب بقى. He took my photo. ده past simple هيتحول ل past perfect. يبقى he said that he had taken. ما هي الماي بتتحول لايه؟ his او her according ان هو بيتكلم يبقى هيتحول لايه his. يبقى he said that he had taken his photo. ما انا لو قلت my photo يبقى الفوتو بتاعتي انا كداليا. هل هو خد الفوتو بتاعتي انا؟ no. this person يبقى his photo. طيب if it's already past perfect لو كان past perfect مش هيتغير هيبقى past perfect زي ما هو مفيش change. يبقى they had a dog. يبقى they said that they had a dog. I was writing a poem. past continuous هيتغير ل past perfect اللي هو past perfect وهزود ال continuous. يبقى I was writing a poem. يبقى he يبقى شايفين اتحولت ل he. He said that he had been writing a poem. She will go future هيتحول ل would. She will go to the party. She said that she would go to the party. We are going to play tennis. ال we هتتحول لايه they said that they were going to play tennis. Let's practice. تعالوا نعمل practice على small part. Okay, these are other examples. We don't need them. I'm gonna do the first one as an example. هعمل الأولى كexample. She said, I'm reading. I am reading the present continuous. يبقى هحوله ل past. يبقى she said that ال I هتحول ل she changes into she am هتحول ل was. She was reading. Now I'll give you 2 minutes. You are going to answer from number 2 to number 6. Done? Let's try number 2. Who would like to answer number 2? Yeah, Yasmina, go on. Excellent. They said that they were busy. Thank you. Perfect. Number 3. Yes, go on, please. Excellent. Thank you. He knew a better restaurant. Past simple. Number 4. 4.
She woke up early.
Woke up. This is present or past? Past. So we change it into what? Okay.
She said, sorry, he said he would
Ring.
ring her.
He would ring her. Number 6.
They said they had arrived.
They had just arrived. Yes, present perfect. ما present perfect. Change it into past perfect. يبقى had plus the BP. احنا بنحولها ل perfect. Had ال BP here arrived. had arrived. يبقى they said that they had just arrived. From number 7 to number 10 homework. 7 to 10 homework, guys, okay? This is for the declarative, that declarative sentences. Let's see if this is not declarative sentence, if it's imperative, for example, or question. How can I change it from the direct into indirect in English? Simply, the imperative is very easy and it's not difficult at all. Imperative, it means order. Do you remember how can I make the order in English? Start with the verb in the infinitive. Do you remember this? Stand up, go, for example, downstairs, turn left, turn right, go here, open the door, and so on. So the teacher said, turn to page 20. How can I change this into indirect? Simply, you are going to say the teacher said, and you are going to add to before the verb only. So she said, or the teacher said, to turn to page 20. You can say she said to turn to page 20, or she told us. But after told or tell, it should be object, and tell us. Okay, to turn to page 20. If it's a negative, don't open the door. Don't cross the street quickly. Don't cross the street. How can I change it? It's a don't. Instead of to, you are going to say not to. So the sign said not to cross the street. So you understand this so far? Okay, let's try. Yes. I'm gonna do the first one as an example. Change these sentences into reported speech. She said go upstairs. So she told me to go upstairs. You are going to answer from number 2 to number 5. Okay, let's try to answer number 2.
Yes, number 2, close the door behind you. He told me to close the door behind.
He told me to close the door
behind me.
behind me. Number 3.
Yes.
He advised us not to be late. Ya Raghd, number 4.
Stop starting at me. She said, she told him to stop starting at me.
Stop staring. Yeah, stop staring. Staring means looking at him without moving your eyes. Okay, this is stare.
Stop staring at her.
Yes. Number 5. Not to be angry with him. 6 and 7 homework. 6 and 7 homework. Till 2. Till 2. You want to ask about what? Cassie? You want to leave? I'm gonna send the recorded. أنا هبعت recorded session يعني عشان لو في حد didn't get it online. لو حد ما سمعش online يبقى هتبقى recorded. Recorded for me and recorded for the university يعني. طيب, let's see the questions. Now we have taken the declarative, the imperative, and now the questions. How can I change the question? It's so easy as well. Okay, let's see how. Do you need help? This is the question. Don't forget the rule. Present changes into past, past changes into past perfect, will changes into would. That's the question. Do you need help? If you are going to answer, you are going to say what? Yes, I need help. I wanted the answer. I need help. I need help. This is present. You change it into what? Past. I needed help. This is number 1. Number 2, do changes into if. يعني the helping verb changes into if in this case. So, if I needed help. So I'm gonna say, do you need help? He asked. احنا بنحاول بقى بدل said بنقول asked عشان ده question. He asked me if I needed help. again. Is she here? He asked. بدل is هتبقى if. And I'm gonna answer. لو هتجاوب على is she here, you are gonna say she is here. And is changes into was. So he asked if she was here. You got it? Let's try another one. Can you play the guitar? He asked if I, instead of can هتبقى could. If I could play the guitar. It's okay. This is yes or no question. WH question the same. بس instead of if هيبقى WH word. يعني for example, he said, where have you been? يبقى he asked me where بدل if. I had been. البريزنت بتحول يعني have been هتتشينجز into had been. Past present perfect, past perfect. She said, why won't he do it? يبقى he asked me why he wouldn't do it. Let's try. Okay, I'm gonna do the first one as an example. What's the time he asked? He wanted to know, by the way, انتوا ممكن تلاقوا بدل asked, wanted to know, asked me, and different verbs. But يعني mainly احنا بنستخدم asked وخلاص to make it easier for you يعني. He wanted to know what the time, instead of is هتبقى was, what the time was. So please try to answer from number 2 to number 7. Okay, number 2.
Yes, when will we meet again? She asked me. When we would meet again.
Thank you, well done.
Yes.
Number 3.
I asked him. She asked him. She asked him if when he crazy.
She asked him if I Dalia, or who he were
He was crazy.
if he was crazy. Yes, exactly. Number 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where did they live? He asked. He wanted to know where they lived.
Where they
Lived.
had lived. It's past simple, so we change it into past perfect. Had lived. Number 5.
Okay. He asked her if she would be at the party.
Excellent. Number 6.
Okay. She asked me if I could meet her at the station.
She asked me, yes. She asked me if I could meet her at the station. Number 7. The teacher wanted to know
Who do you know the answer?
who
You the answer.
knew the answer. Yes, past simple. 8, 9, and 10 homework. The rest is homework. Okay, this is gonna be homework also. It's a mix of questions, sentences in parallel, and the questions at the same time. Yes or no question, WH. Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can. No, this is not. What's the difference between say and tell? What's the difference between them? He said me that it was cold. This is correct sentence. He told me that it was cold. The second sentence is correct. Why? Because tell is followed by an object. Say is not followed by an object. Yeah, it should be. He said that, but it's not said me. But if I want to fix it, I can say he said to me. So again, if you are gonna use an object, you are gonna use tell. This is number 1. If you'd like to use me after, for example, say, you should put a preposition in between so as to make it correct. This is number 1. Number 2. The guy on the radio told that. The guy on the radio said that. Which one is correct? Said that is correct. Why? In English, what's the difference between using say and tell? If the information is for everyone, we use say. So if there is a guy on the radio or TV, he speaks to Dalia or he speaks to everyone who listens to him. So in this case, you say. So the guy on the radio said that. This is number 1. If, for example, your mother talks with you, she talks to everyone or she takes to you? So if the information is directed to you only, you still. So I can say my mother told me, okay, because she speaks only to me. The guy on the radio or TV said that, not told that. Okay, this is the difference between say and tell. As for transportation, it's full of words, vocab. So I think I'm gonna send the vocab recorded, but there is just one. Okay, I'm gonna send this vocab recorded, guys. Okay, the transportation part. It has just one question you are going to answer at the end. Now, let's move on to business. I'm not gonna revise homework for business today. I'm gonna revise it next time with the new homework, but we are going to complete taking the presentation. Don't forget, I need you to be into groups. عايزة الناس تبقى groups in order to make a presentation together. تبقوا عارفين ازاي يعملوا presentation. If there is any question أو حد مش عارف how to start or how to do the presentation, just ask أو يبعت لي على الواتساب. I'm gonna just explain it more for him. هبعت له how to do this with details. Okay? I know. I was supposed to send you story, right? But I didn't. A presentation, guys, the second part in the presentation. We have taken the first one. I'm gonna take the second part of presentation. I'm gonna tell you which page, just a minute. Oh, okay, we don't have business here. Okay. Could you give me your book for a minute, please? The book for a minute. I'm gonna tell you which page. Thank you. 28, 128, yes, exactly. I'm not gonna revise the rest of homework today. I'm gonna do the homework next time. Presentation number 2, guys. page 128. Main part. Do and don'ts, timing. Melanie Gray is giving more advice about presentation. We are gonna take more notes about presentation. What are these notes? So who is gonna try to read, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Melanie and Y is giving more advice about presentation on time. Don't wait for the latecomers.
Yes, this is number one. As we said earlier in the meeting, and we are going to repeat this in the presentation as well, whenever you have a presentation, لو انت عندك presentation at any place, you have to start on time. لازم to have to stick to the time. Don't wait for latecomers, people who come late. ما تستناش الناس اللي بتيجي late. Okay? Number two.
B, plan how long you are going to you are gonna spend on each point and keep to this timing.
Number two, you have to put a plan. You have to be organized. To put a plan for each point. How many minutes should I take for each point? For example, my presentation is about sports, as we said last time. I'm going to talk about football, swimming, and let's say horse riding. Football is going to take 5 minutes. Horse riding is going to take 5 minutes. Swimming is going to take 5 minutes. So I have to plan for each point. I should speak for how long? This is number two. Number three.
Yes, don't labor a particular point. Spend too long on something.
Don't labor, it means what? Don't take too much time on one point. And for example, don't take 10 minutes for football. And then you have to speak for swimming and horse riding for 5 minutes. The whole presentation, for example, 15 minutes. فانت هتاخد الاول point 10 minutes. يبقى عندك 2 points لازم تخلصهم في 5 minutes. It's not going to be fair. مش هيبقى fair للpoints التانية اللي انت هتتكلم عنها. أو you are not going to talk in a detailed way about the other points.
D, don't digress. Talk about things that have nothing to do with the subject.
Yes, digress, it means what? Talking about something that is not related to the topic. تتكلم على حاجة not related للmain topic of your presentation. For example, my presentation is about what? Sports, football, horse riding, swimming. For example, while I was talking وانا بتكلم عن football, so I told you, do you remember the movie of عادل إمام when he was playing football in this movie? It was a nice movie. Most people like it and so on. إيه علاقة, what's the relation between this movie and what you are talking about, your presentation? You can digress, يعني تخرج عن التوبيك وتتكلم عن الموفي if there is a purpose. لو في هدف معين من الموفي of mentioning the movie to serve the main topic. Okay, that's number 3 or number 4. Yes.
Yes, number 5. Finish on time. Don't run over. It looks bad if you don't have time to finish all your points and answer questions.
Yes. Number 5, time management. Time management, it means what? It means finish on time. Start on time and finish on time. Why? It gives an impression to people who listen to you. يعني if you are not caring about time or if you are not managing your time well, it means you are not a dependable person. يعني تخيل كده مطلوب منك ان انت تعمل presentation لبروجكت معين and you didn't finish on time. معناها you are not going to be responsible for the project. أكيد في البروجكت برضه هتتأخر عن التسليم أو يعني giving the time on the project on time. So it gives a bad impression. Number 6 or the next point.
Yes. Does and don't voice.
No, just a minute, sorry. Give me the paper. I'm so sorry. Give me the book. Okay, in the front page, let's try to apply this. Okay. Page 129. I mean, in the questions, guys, in the front page. Melanie recently went to a presentation where the speaker didn't follow her advice. Match each of Melanie's thoughts A to 7 to the points A to H in A and B. So let's try. I want you to read number what? Okay, number 7. How can we answer it? Number 7, guys. Thank you. Number 7. Have a look and try to tell me what's the advice that he didn't follow.
Number 8, latecomers.
So yes, number 7. It means what? It means number 8. اللي هي waiting for latecomers. Number 7 في the other page. Yes. Number 7. Question number 1. الانسر هتبقى number 1. The rest is homework. You are following or not? Yes, number 7, number A. Okay, right next to 7A. The next part, go on Badriya, read please.
Yes. Does and don't voice. F. Project your voice to the back of the room, but don't shout. Don't ask if people at the back can hear. Check the volume, loudness of your voice beforehand.
Yes, what does mean project your voice? Test your voice. Yeah, for example, you are going to give a presentation. While you are giving a presentation ما ينفعش وانت في middle of the presentation to ask people اللي هم قاعدين في الباك تقول لهم guys in the back, do you hear me? My voice is clear. It's not polite to do this, and it's not proper in a presentation. Before the presentation, you can come earlier. ممكن تيجي بدري شوية to test your voice. Is it or people in the back are gonna hear you or not? Do you need a mic? محتاج mic or you don't need it, and so on. And don't shout. يعني don't shout. خلي التون بتاعك of your voice is in the middle. Not shouting. يعني don't shout at people. Shout, it means yell, as if you are shouting at them. So can you hear me in the back? This is shouting. Okay. Yes.
Yes, use microphone if you need one. Don't hold it too close to your mouth.
Yes, if you use the mic, لو انت استخدمت mic or microphone, there is a very important note. What's this note? Don't get it close to your mouth. يعني ايه don't get it close to your mouth? Don't make the mic near your voice, near your mouth. Why? All the time they are gonna hear your breath. المايك لما بتستخدمه and close to the mouth, they are gonna hear your breath. It's louder, it's or it's going up and down and so on. So try to make it just a little bit far from your mouth. خليه بعيد شوية عشان ما يبقاش كل breath you take is heard for people.
Yes, H. Whether using a microphone or not, speak in a neutral tone of voice. Don't speak in monotone. On the same level at all times.
Yes.
Vary the pitch level of your voice.
Yeah, thank you. What is it? When you speak, have a look here. What I'm gonna do now. Today, our session is about conjunctions. Conjunctions are used to link words. They can link words, phrases, sentences together. We have 3 types of conjunctions. This is number 1. Number 2, guys, today we are going to talk about conjunctions. Conjunctions means to link between sentences or words or phrases in English. Let's have a look at the examples. What's the difference between the first and the second? Yes. The first one is speaking on a monotone. Monotone, it means one tone. يعني your voice just one. No up and no down. الفويس بتاعك ماشي على تون واحد. ما فيهوش ups و downs. And this is wrong. Even in Arabic, حتى في العربي. whenever you speak with a person، حتى لو بتتكلم عادي مع any person and he tells you a story، بيحكي لك عن اللي حصل معاه امبارح، هتلاقيه كده في some points هتلاقيه صوته بيعلى while he is speaking and sometimes his voice is going down. ف ups and downs في الفويس او في التون بتاعك it gives it makes the people or it makes the person listen to you. خليه يكمل. طب لو هي one tone people are going to get bored. الناس يعني they are going to feel that you are boring person and they don't want to listen to you but they are not gonna complete your presentation. فلازم يبقى التون بتاعنا ups and downs. Yes.
Yes, report with the audience.
Rapper with the audience. يعني try ان انت يبقى في interaction between you and the audience. حاول to attract their attention. حاول تاخد attention بتاعهم. Move the paper. Move the paper. Yes.
Yes, experts say that you can gain the audience's attention in a presentation by number one, telling an anecdote.
Anecdote it means a story. Anecdote, story.
Or number two, mentioning a really surprising fact or
Statistic.
Yes.
إحصاء أو numbers.
Number three, stating problem.
A problem, yes, saying a problem. Number four,
Asking a question.
yes. How to gain people's attention is they while you are giving a presentation to get their attention. Number one, you can tell a story. People love stories, guys. الناس بتحب تسمع الستوريز جدا. So for example, في some students عملوا كده. هم بيدوا presentation. They started with a story. So for example, do you know they were talking about accidents, for example. فابتدوا يتكلموا عن famous accident happened to a famous player or happened to prince or princess. And people started to listen to them. Do you know what happened to Princess Diana, for example? She died in a car accident. Do you know how many people die in car accidents? And they started their topic. ابتدوا يتكلموا عن التوبيك بتاعهم. So we can start by stories. Number two, saying a surprising fact or statistics, numbers. For example, you are talking about the number of women and number of men in Egypt. Should you know how many females in Egypt? Do you know how many men are there in Egypt? So people want to know. So they are going to keep their attention. Number three.
Yes,
What's
of course.
No. Number three was what after the statistics?
Asking the question.
Setting a problem. Yes. Do you know tuk-tuk? Tuk-tuk is a big problem in Egypt. There are so many crimes related to tuk-tuk. And then they started talking about the problems. Okay, so start saying a problem. But whenever you have a presentation, لو انت بتعمل presentation عن أي problem في أي country, try إن انت تبقى في عندك solution في الآخر. Suggestions, اقتراحات. مش لازم يعني perfect solutions, بس at least يبقى solutions or suggesting solutions. And the last one was what?
Asking the question.
Asking question. It was a nice presentation. One of my students made what? She wanted to speak about a famous writer. كانت عايز تتكلم على famous writer. But before telling, she didn't say my presentation today is about عباس العقاد. She didn't say this. She said, do you know who wrote the book of Cinderella? Do you know who wrote the book of Aladdin? Do you know who wrote the book of? ابتدت تسأل questions and people they know the book but they don't know the author or the writer. People started to what? To pay attention to what she says. Yeah, next please.
Yes, of course, it is important to respect the cultural expectation of your audience. Number B, key phrases, main part. And Mary continue her presentation. Okay, to begin, let's look at the first type of skills that consultants need. Technical skill, of course, related to technical skills is good general knowledge of management subject. But I'm digressing. Let's get back to the technical skill themselves. That's all we have time for technical skills. Let's move on to the second area, interpersonal skills. As you can see on this transparency, there are two key areas in relation to interpersonal skills. I think that covers everything on interpersonal skills. Fine, is moving on. So let's turn to the third area, people management issues.
Okay. So here she says what some people when they speak about presentation في ناس ما بتعرفش تقول what should we say or what are the sentences that we can use. She give us an example. هي مدينا examples. Okay, to begin, let's look at the first time. In order to start with something, we can say okay to begin. This is simply. For example, if you want to, you are digressing. انت خرجت عن التوبيك and you want to get back. Let's get back. Let's move on. يعني let's continue. For example, I think that covers everything on. يبقى it talks about everything related to this. Time is moving on, so time is, or we are finishing our time in related to the presentation. But what's this related to what in English or to business, or how can we answer this? 129. Have a look. These are the mistakes that people do. Deal mistakes or the common mistakes when we speak. For example, number one, okay, for begin. Let me look for the most basic product in our range. What's the mistake? In mistakes في sentences دي. ينفع أقول for begin? To begin at the first mistake. What's the second mistake? Let's look at. Let's look at. So that's the mistake. Have a look here. Okay. To begin. So correct this to begin. Let's look at. Correct this to let's look. Okay. Answer number 2, guys. See the mistake and try to correct the mistake. Instead of 4, 2. Done, guys, or not yet?
Yes.
Okay, number 2.
Related to number one. Okay. To begin, let's look at
Number 2. We said number 1.
related to technical skills.
Related to technical skills.
Yes. Number three. You say I am digressing.
No, just a minute. Number 2. Just give me the paper again. Related to.
Technical skills.
Why technical skills? Related to product specification. Why did you change the word? We just changed the preposition or the verb only, not the word. And it's not about the word following.
Related to, yeah.
Yes, related to.
Number three. I'm digressing. Let's get back to.
I am digressing.
Digressing.
Let's get back to. From 4 to 7 is homework. From 4 to 7 is homework. Let's move on to the story, guys. Okay. For stories, we have taken, let's learn from mistakes. This is what we have taken. For homework, I should have sent this last time, but I didn't. So for homework, this story, the questions. The story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, page 4. You are going to answer this question. If you were one of the villagers, would you help the boy? Why? And for the story of the farmer and the stork, what's a synonym of obedient? You are gonna search for a synonym in the same story, and you are not going to get it from your mind. should keep synonym من دماغك. You are going to read the story وهتقول لي what's an equal word for obedient from the story. So that's the homework for the story, guys. The two stories. Okay. Okay, let's take the next story. Storybook. Okay. The Hare and the Tortoise. That's the hair, guys. The hair is the large rabbit. The large rabbit that you can see in the desert or see in farm places as well. The large one, not the small one. So here he said what? The hare and the tortoise. Tortoise, that's the tortoise. The turtle or the tortoise, both of them are the same meaning. This story we all know in Arabic. It's just about vocab and how to say it to another person. هي البوينت مش في الستوري نفسها، هي البوينت how to say it for another person in English. ازاي تقول الستوري دي لحد بالانجلش. So let's try to read. Who is gonna read? Who is gonna try? But raise your voice so that they can hear online.
A tortoise one day met a hare who made fun of her. My, you move too slowly, you will never get far.
Okay, just a minute, please. She one day met a hare who made fun of her. What does it mean, make fun of a person? Yes, make fun of a person or someone. It means to mock a person, to be sarcastic about him. And in Islam, it's taboo, it's haram to do this, to make fun of any person. You can't make fun of anyone. He said to her, why he makes fun of her? Because she moves so slowly. You know that the turtle is famous that it's so slow, and the rabbit is famous, or the hare is famous that it's so fast. What's the opposite for slowly, guys? Quickly, yes. Quickly or fast, for sure. It's an adverb, don't forget. Yeah, okay, go on.
The tortoise, upset by the hare's manner, said, let's have a race and see who is faster.
Thank you. She is upset. What's another verb that is equal to upset? Annoyed, yes. It means what? It means annoyed. She is upset. You can say upset, annoy as a verb, or you can say it as an adjective as well. She was upset or annoyed by the hare's manner, the behavior. She suggested what? To have a race to see who is faster.
The hare laughed and said, you must be joking. That's all right, you will see who reaches the other side of the hare first. Off he ran, leaving the tourist far behind.
The tortoise far behind. Yes, they started the race, and for sure the hare was very fast, and they started to have a race till the hill. This is the hill, guys. It's the raised area over the ground or over the land, and we translate it in Arabic like al-tal, okay, or area that is raised in general.
After a while, the hare stopped to wait for the tortoise to come along. He waited and waited till he fell asleep.
Yes, what happened to him? He was very fast, so he reached at the beginning, or he reached fast. And at this time, he started to wait for the tortoise. And at this time as well, he felt sleepy. He wanted to sleep.
I might as well take a nap. He said, even she catch up with me. I can easily win the race. So he lay down under a shady tree and closed his eyes.
Do you remember what's a shady tree? A tree that has a shadow.
When the tourist parted
The tortoise.
the tortoise piece apart the sleeping hare, she walked on slowly but
Steadily.
steadily. But by the time the hare looked up, the tortoise was near the finishing line. He ran as fast as he could, but he couldn't catch up with tortoise.
With the tortoise, yes. When he was sleeping, she passed next to him, but she walked slowly so as not to waken him up. But steadily. Steadily means what? Self-confident. She was sure of herself. By that time, he woke up. he found that he already near the finishing line and he lost this race. He couldn't catch up with her and he lost the race. Now I want you to have a look again at the story. Do you have any difficult word? If you don't have a difficult word to ask about, try to tell me what you learned from this story. What you understand. Is it just about a race? Huh? What do you think? What do you understand from this story?
Don't joke to each other.
Okay, don't make fun of other people. Yes, you can say this.
We must not decrease the other abilities and respect all the personality and what we have.
Excellent. Don't belittle. Do you know these words? Don't belittle or underestimate. We have taken this word last time. Belittle or underestimate other people's ability. You never know, guys. Maybe this person seems to be weak, but he is very strong. So don't underestimate or belittle the person from what he looks like. Yes, this is very good. What else? Is there something else that we have to learn from this story? Don't make fun of others. Don't belittle or underestimate other people's abilities. What did the tortoise do? Did she give up or she tried her best? What did the tortoise do, guys? Did she give up or did she try her best? She didn't give up. She tried her best to win the race, although she knows that maybe she is slow compared to the rabbit.
Yes, sometimes we must not compare ourselves to other people.
Don't be conceited. Do you remember we have taken this word for personality? Consider it means what? Seeing yourself the most important or seeing yourself as a top. So don't be conceited. Do you have any other moral, guys, or any other lesson that we learn? That's it. Okay. As for homework, as I told you, you are going to answer these two questions only. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? Have any question? Sure. Okay. I think this is enough for today. Yeah. Okay. I know that's enough. Okay. This is enough. Okay. Today is Thursday. So have a nice weekend, all of you. And before you leave, guys, I'm gonna ask you to be not to be online next time. Maybe there is no online next time. There is gonna be only offline, face to face in the university. Okay, because there is just so many troubles in the internet, and I can't give online like this. So please try to come offline or face to face next time. We are going to manage this together. Thank you all, and see you inshallah next time. I'm gonna check the attendance just a minute. Guys, who takes the attendance? Yasmina, do you have the attendance? الاتندنس معاكم ريهام شيماء حسين دعاء بلال
أيوة دعاء بلال
ولاء فكري
ايوه ايوه دكتور.
اوكي
ريهام موجودة يا دكتور.
مريم إمام
ايوه مريم موجوده.
اوكي ريهام
أي موجودة.
yes ريهام yes I know.
دكتور في رنيم زهير بس هي النت فصل عندها، هي كانت معنا.
ياسمينة رنيم رنيم ورغد وتغريد. رنيم رغد تغريد. Sign for them. Is there any other person? I didn't say his name, guys.
شيماء حسين.
شيماء حسين, guys. شيماء حسين, yes.
دكتور داليا،
Yes.
لو سمحتي هلا بالنسبة للناس اللي ما حتعرف تحضر، في أي طريقة مثلا إنه مش أونلاين يعني ريكورد حتى مثلا أو أي شيء؟
In next sessions هيبقى not recorded. I didn't record them. هيبقى أنا مش عاملة لهم recording. I'm gonna try. أنا هحاول أعمل لهم recording
يا
before.
ريت، لأنه أنا كتير صعب أحضر. يعني اتكلمت معك مع أستاذ تامر، أصلا انتقلت على أساس إنه حيكون أونلاين، وحتى لو حيكون في دوام حيتسجلوا، هو هيك حكالي.
Okay. هما in next sessions I didn't record, but I'm gonna try to record them. هحاول أعمل لهم recording. حاضر.
يا ريت، شكرا.
Done, guys. Is there any other person? Is there any other person? He didn't hear his name, guys. Thank you and have a nice weekend. Thank you.